Welcome to Passion Travel. Join us as we explore fascinating destinations, uncover hidden gems, and embark on unforgettable journeys. Subscribe now and ignite your passion for travel. Txistorra, spicy sausage often grilled and served in a bread roll. Txistorra is a type of Basque sausage known for its spicy flavor. Here's how you can prepare txistorra at home. Ingredients: 500 g, 1 pound, fresh pork belly, coarsely minced. 500 g, 1 pound, fresh pork shoulder, coarsely minced. 1 tablespoon salt. 2 teaspoons sweet paprika, pimentón dulce. 1 teaspoon hot paprika, pimentón picante. 1/2 teaspoon ground black pepper. 1/2 teaspoon ground cayenne pepper, optional, for extra heat. 1/2 teaspoon ground garlic powder. 1/2 teaspoon ground coriander. 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon ground cloves. Natural pork casings, available from butchers or online. Instructions: prepare the casings. Rinse the natural pork casings thoroughly under cold water to remove any salt or brine. Soak them in warm water for about 30 minutes to soften them. Mix the ingredients. In a large mixing bowl, combine the minced pork belly and pork shoulder. Add the salt, sweet paprika, hot paprika, black pepper, cayenne pepper, if using, garlic powder, coriander, nutmeg, and cloves. Mix well until all the spices are evenly distributed throughout the meat. Stuff the casings. Fit a sausage stuffer with the soaked natural casings according to the manufacturer's instructions. Stuff the sausage mixture into the casings, tying off the ends with kitchen twine or by twisting the sausage into links every 6 to 8 inches. Form and dry the sausages. Once all the sausage mixture is stuffed into casings, twist the sausage into individual links. Prick any air bubbles with a pin. Hang the sausages in a cool, dry place with good air circulation, such as a cellar or a refrigerator, for 1 to 2 days. This drying period allows the flavors to meld and intensify. Cooking. Txistorra can be cooked in various ways. Traditionally, it is often grilled or pan-fried. To grill, preheat the grill to medium-high heat. Grill the txistorra sausages, turning occasionally until they are cooked through and have grill marks, about 10 to 15 minutes. To pan-fry, heat a skillet over medium heat. Add a little olive oil. Cook the txistorra sausages, turning occasionally until they are browned and cooked through, about 10 to 15 minutes. Serving. Serve txistorra hot off the grill or skillet. It can be enjoyed as part of a tapas spread, in a sandwich, bocadillo, or with crusty bread. Kalimotxo, red wine mixed with cola. Kalimotxo, pronounced Kalimotxo, is a popular Spanish drink that originated in the Basque region. It's incredibly simple to make and has a unique flavor combination that has gained a following beyond its region of origin. Here's how to prepare Kalimotxo. Ingredients: 1 part red wine, traditionally a young, cheap red wine. 1 part cola, Coca-Cola or similar. Instructions: mixing. In a glass or pitcher, combine equal parts of red wine and cola. The ratio is typically 1 to 1, so adjust according to your taste preferences and the strength of the wine. Stirring. Gently stir the mixture with a spoon to ensure the wine and cola are well combined. Serving. Kalimotxo is usually served over ice in a glass. Some prefer it without ice, especially if the wine is already chilled. Txuleta, Basque-style beef steak, often grilled. Txuleta is a traditional Basque dish that refers to a thick cut of beef steak, typically ribeye or sirloin, cooked over a wood fire or charcoal grill. The name Txuleta comes from the Basque language, euskera, and reflects the Basque country's rich culinary heritage. Here's how you can prepare txuleta at home. Ingredients: thick-cut beef ribeye or sirloin steaks, ideally around 1.5 to 2 inches thick. Sea salt, preferably coarse. Optional, garlic cloves, for rubbing. Instructions: selecting the meat. Choose high-quality beef steaks with good marbling. Ribeye is commonly used for txuleta due to its rich flavor and tenderness. Preparing the steaks. Remove the steaks from the refrigerator about 30 to 60 minutes before cooking to allow them to come to room temperature. Seasoning. Just before cooking, generously sprinkle coarse sea salt over both sides of the steaks. Some people also like to rub the steaks with a cut garlic clove for added flavor. Grilling. Preheat your grill to high heat, preferably using wood or charcoal for an authentic smoky flavor. The grill should be very hot before you start cooking. Cooking. Place the steaks on the hot grill and cook them for about 4 to 5 minutes on each side for medium rare, depending on the thickness of the steak and your preferred doneness. For a perfect medium rare, the internal temperature of the steak should be around 130 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit, 55 to 57 degrees Celsius, when measured with a meat thermometer. Resting. Once cooked to your liking, remove the steaks from the grill and let them rest for a few minutes on a cutting board. This resting period allows the juices to redistribute within the meat, ensuring a juicy and flavorful steak. Serving. Slice the txuleta steaks against the grain into thick slices and serve immediately while still hot. It's often served with simple accompaniments like roasted vegetables, potatoes, or a fresh green salad. Queso Idiazabal, smoked sheep's milk cheese. Queso Idiazabal is a traditional Basque cheese made from raw milk, usually sheep's milk. It has a distinctive smoky flavor due to the way it's traditionally prepared and aged. Here's more about Queso Idiazabal and how it's typically enjoyed. Characteristics. Milk, made primarily from raw milk of Latza or Caranzana sheep, or a mix of both. Occasionally, some cheeses may also include goat's milk. Shape. Typically, Queso Idiazabal is cylindrical with rounded edges, weighing between 1 and 3 kilograms, 2.2 to 6.6 pounds. Texture. The texture varies from semi-hard to hard, with a firm and compact interior. Flavor. It has a rich, slightly sharp taste with hints of nuts and a distinctive smokiness. Rind. The rind is natural and hard, often with a dark, yellowish-brown color due to the smoking process. Production process. Milk collection. Milk is collected from local sheep herds, often during the spring and summer months when the sheep are grazing on fresh grass. Coagulation. The milk is heated and coagulated with rennet, forming curds. Cutting and draining. The curds are cut, and the whey is drained off. The curds are then pressed into molds to give the cheese its characteristic shape. Salting. After molding, the cheese is dry salted or immersed in brine for a period of time to enhance flavor and aid in the formation of the rind. Smoking. Optional. Traditionally, Queso Idiazabal is lightly smoked over beechwood or other hardwoods, which imparts a unique smoky flavor. Not all varieties of Idiazabal cheese are smoked, however. Aging. The cheese is then aged for a minimum of 2 months, though some varieties are aged longer for a more intense flavor. Serving and enjoyment. Pairing. Queso Idiazabal pairs well with crusty bread, quince paste, membrillo, or honey. It also complements Spanish wines like Rioja or Txakoli. Cooking. It can be grated over dishes or melted into sauces, but its distinct flavor is often best appreciated on its own or with minimal accompaniments. Storage. Store Queso Idiazabal in the refrigerator wrapped in wax paper or parchment paper. Allow it to come to room temperature before serving to fully appreciate its flavors and textures. Calamares a la Romana, fried squid rings. Calamares a la Romana is a popular Spanish dish that features tender squid rings coated in a light and crispy batter, reminiscent of Italian-style fried calamari. Here's how you can prepare calamares a la Romana at home. Ingredients. 500 g, about 1 pound, squid tubes or rings, cleaned and cut into rings. 1 cup all-purpose flour. Half a cup cornstarch. 1 teaspoon baking powder. 1 teaspoon salt. 1/2 teaspoon black pepper. 1 cup cold sparkling water or beer, cold water can be used as well. Vegetable oil, for frying. Lemon wedges, for serving. Salt, for sprinkling after frying. Instructions. Prepare the squid. Clean the squid thoroughly, removing any skin, beak, and internal parts. Cut the squid tubes into rings about half an inch wide. Pat them dry with paper towels to remove excess moisture. Prepare the batter. In a large bowl, whisk together the flour, cornstarch, baking powder, salt, and black pepper. Gradually add the cold sparkling water or beer to the dry ingredients, whisking continuously until you get a smooth batter. The batter should be thick enough to coat the squid rings, but still pourable. Heat the oil. Pour vegetable oil into a large, heavy-bottomed pot or deep fryer until it's about 2 inches deep. Heat the oil to 350 to 375 degrees Fahrenheit, 175 to 190 degrees Celsius. Use a thermometer to monitor the temperature. Coat and fry the squid. Working in batches, dip the squid rings into the batter, shaking off any excess, and carefully place them into the hot oil. Do not overcrowd the pot, fry in batches to ensure the squid cooks evenly and the oil temperature remains consistent. Fry the squid rings for about 2 to 3 minutes, or until they are golden brown and crispy. Use a slotted spoon or tongs to transfer the fried squid to a plate lined with paper towels to drain excess oil. Sprinkle lightly with salt while still hot. Serve. Arrange the calamares a la Romana on a serving platter. Serve hot with lemon wedges on the side for squeezing over the squid before eating. Gambas al Ajillo, shrimp cooked in garlic and olive oil. Gambas al Ajillo is a classic Spanish tapas dish featuring shrimp, gambas, cooked in garlic, ajillo, and olive oil. It's simple to make yet incredibly flavorful. Here's how you can prepare gambas al Ajillo at home. Ingredients: 500 g, about 1 pound, large shrimp, peeled and deveined. 6 to 8 cloves garlic, thinly sliced or minced. Half a cup extra virgin olive oil. 1 dried red chili pepper, optional, finely chopped or crushed. 1/2 teaspoon smoked paprika, pimentón, optional. Salt, to taste. 2 tablespoons dry white wine or dry sherry, optional. Fresh parsley, chopped, for garnish. Crusty bread, for serving. Instructions. Prepare the shrimp. Ensure the shrimp are peeled and deveined. If using frozen shrimp, thaw them completely and pat them dry with paper towels to remove excess moisture. Heat olive oil. In a large skillet or frying pan, heat the olive oil over medium heat until it shimmers. Add the sliced garlic and dried chili pepper, if using. Cook gently, stirring frequently, until the garlic becomes fragrant and starts to turn golden brown. Be careful not to burn the garlic. Cook the shrimp. Increase the heat to medium-high. Add the shrimp to the skillet in a single layer. Season with salt and smoked paprika, if using. Cook for about 2 to 3 minutes per side, or until the shrimp turn pink and are cooked through. If using, add the white wine or sherry and let it simmer for another minute to enhance the flavors. Finish and serve. Remove the skillet from the heat. Sprinkle the gambas al ajillo with chopped fresh parsley for a burst of color and additional flavor. Serve immediately. Gambas al ajillo is traditionally served hot, straight from the skillet. Serve it as tapas with crusty bread on the side to soak up the delicious garlic-infused olive oil. Cochinillo, roast suckling pig. Cochinillo, also known as lechon or suckling pig, is a traditional Spanish dish that features a young piglet roasted until its skin is crispy and its meat tender and flavorful. This dish is especially popular in the Castile and Leon region of Spain. Here's a general overview of how cochinillo is prepared. Ingredients: whole suckling pig, usually about 4 to 6 kilograms or 9 to 13 pounds. Salt. Olive oil or lard, for basting. Instructions. Preparation. Ensure the suckling pig is thoroughly cleaned and patted dry with paper towels. Traditionally, the piglet is left whole, with the head and trotters intact. It is often scored or crosshatched on the skin to help it crisp up during roasting. Seasoning. Generously season the piglet inside and out with salt. Rub the salt into the skin and cavity of the piglet. This step helps to draw out moisture from the skin, resulting in crispy crackling. Roasting. Preheat the oven to a high temperature, usually around 200 to 220 degrees Celsius, 400 to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Place the seasoned suckling pig on a large roasting tray or rack. If the piglet is too large for your oven, it may need to be roasted in a special oven or on a spit outdoors. Cooking process. Roast the piglet in the preheated oven for several hours, typically 2.5 to 4 hours, depending on the size and oven temperature. The cooking time can vary, so it's essential to monitor the piglet closely. During roasting, baste the piglet occasionally with olive oil or melted lard to keep the skin moist and promote even browning. Checking doneness. The suckling pig is ready when the skin is golden brown and crispy, and the meat is tender and juicy. To ensure the piglet is cooked through, you can use a meat thermometer to check that the internal temperature reaches at least 71 degrees Celsius 160 degrees Fahrenheit in the thickest part of the meat. Resting and serving. Once cooked, remove the suckling pig from the oven and let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes before carving. This resting period allows the juices to redistribute throughout the meat.